to the very first ever Stormwind chat with Ashley. I've been wanting to do a weekly discussion for quite some time now, however, it's kind of hard to do with just a wall of text. It's hard to convey how you're feeling about things. I've been really excited about a topic and gone on to tell people about it, and they think I'm angry and don't like it. So I decided I kind of wanted to do video pieces. Then, people don't necessarily read everything. They look at the title, get angry, and write a couple of comments. At least maybe some people will watch and listen, and maybe we could start having discussions. So each week, I'm going to bring up a topic that we can all chat and discuss about. So to start things off, I thought we would talk about our Transmog gear, more so what went into our choices for our sets, maybe how long it took you to get them, and yeah. So I'm going to start this off. This is Darcee. She's my main. So when patch 4.3 was, I think when it hit PTR, I decided I better start researching what set I wanted. Basically, I wanted something that was going to be flashy, like you'd be able to pick me out in a crowd. But I also wanted it to be a bit sexy and still look like armor. None of that silly, why is she even wearing that? It wouldn't protect her garbage. I wanted it to look sexy, but still cover up enough that if someone were to stab me, it might deflect it. I don't know. I also wanted people to be able to look at me and tell that I'm a paladin. So I figured that my research would probably take about 2 weeks. Going through everything, checking it out, seeing what it looks like on, and it ended up only taking me a couple of hours. I got to the tier 1 set and fell in love with it, and that was it. However, if you guys know anything about the earlier tier sets, there's a lot that goes into them. So now, today's tier sets, you've got, your helm, your chest, your shoulders, your legs, and your gloves. This tier 1 set has, helm, shoulders, chest, gloves, bracers, belt, legs, boots. It's ridiculous. There's a lot that goes into it. So I figured it was probably going to take me about 2 to 3 months of farming molten core before this set finally dropped. And it took me 2 weeks. It took me 2 weeks. The first week, everything except for 2 pieces dropped. I was still missing my helm and my chest piece. And basically the helm doesn't matter. I rarely wear a helm. I rarely show it. And if I do show off my helm, the tier 1 helm looks ridiculous. So I normally will throw on my tier 6 helm, which is just a floating gold crown. But yeah, it was just the 2 pieces that didn't drop. So, 2 weeks, I'm still waiting for the patch to come out. And I keep looking at my character, and the gold seemed to be a bit much. And I also knew that there's going to be other paladins out there who have the same idea as me. So I wanted to set myself off a bit from the same. So one of my favorite things to transmog in World of Warcraft are belts. There's some really cool looking belts out there. And back in the Burning Crusade days, there was a set of greens that just randomly dropped. And it was the Bloodscale set. And basically this set is all pink. It's absolutely adorable. My Gnome Death Knight, that is her transmog set, just because in my mind a Gnome Death Knight should wear pink and have pink hair and ride a pink chicken. So, either way, I went on the auction house. There happened to be a Bloodscale belt on the auction house. It was like 1 gold. I got it, and if you can see, It has a little pink heart as the belt buckle. I love that. It's just that little extra bit of detail. So, if you remember when Transmog came out in 4.3, they had it so that you couldn't mix and match weapons. So throughout Cataclysm, well, mainly throughout Dragon Soul, I had the two-handed sword that dropped off of Deathwing. And I had to transmog that with another two-handed sword. And the two-handed sword was the only weapon that I didn't have saved in my bank. So I decided I was going to get Despair, and Despair drops from Romulo and Julian in Karazhan. And, you know, I figured it might be maybe 3 weeks before I even see that opera event, and it'll probably take me about 4 runs through before Despair even drops. And I went in and got the Romulo and Julian fight, and it dropped. So it ended up not taking as long as what I expected. So that was the sword I used for most of, well, for the ending of Cataclysm. But just recently, they have made it so that you can mix and match your weapons. So I went back into my bank and pulled this one out. This is the Burning Crusade. It was a quest reward from Nexus King Saladar. And I love it. It's gold and pink and shiny, and it goes perfectly with my Transmog set. I love it so much. So, there you have it. This is my main Transmog set. I am an alcoholic. Each one of my characters have their own sets, but I want to hear about yours. So tell me about your Transmog set. What went into its creation? How long did it take you to research it? What made you choose it? How long did it take for you to get it to drop? I want to know all. So let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching.